Hello everyone, welcome to one more video for interview-based questions on clinical research. So this is part 2. So I hope you have gone through the part 1 and this is part 2, which is interview preparation questions for particularly clinical research. You can attend the interviews of clinical research coordinator or CRAs kind of a roles, particularly for clinical research. So this is part 2. And I'll be taking some 5 questions. So the first question which I'll be taking is, what is unexpected adverse drug reaction and its importance? Why you call it as its unexpected adverse drug reaction? And the second one, what is audit? Who is responsible for audit? And what is the importance of audit in clinical trial process? And the third one, which is one of the essential document I'll be speaking, what is protocol? And fourth one of the more essential document in clinical trials, which is case report form, and what is informed consent form. So I'll be speaking about this 5 questions. How do you define this in interview if any question is being asked in interview for this purpose? The first one, what is unexpected adverse drug reaction? So a word itself will say that it's unexpected. And the other word is adverse drug reaction. I think yesterday we have seen what is the adverse drug reaction, which means that any adverse event which might be noxious, unintended, which is possibly related to drug, is called as adverse drug reaction. A new word has been added, which is called as unexpected, which means that previously it was not been detected, previously it was not been identified, previously it was not been documented, and it is the new event. Either it is new sign or a symptom or a severity or a nature of adverse event or a frequency of adverse event which was not been identified earlier with that particular drug. So then it is called as unexpected adverse drug reaction. So 2 words, this is non-serious and it is an adverse drug reaction which is possibly related to drug, and which is unexpected, which is not previously documented in the essential doc or in the previously approved documents. Either it is IEB or SMPC or PIL or your drug label. So how do we define unexpected adverse drug reaction? An adverse reaction wherein nature and severity, or either of nature or severity, which is not consistent with applicable product information, such as investigator brochure, or either it is SMPC for investigator brochure for an unapproved drug, or either it is package inserts or drug label for unapproved or for an approved product. So a simple definition, an adverse reaction which is not previously documented, an adverse reaction which is not previously listed, an adverse reaction which is not previously identified and documented in your approved drug label or product information or investigator brochure, then it is called as unexpected adverse drug reaction. So this looks a little bit dangerous because adverse drug reactions has to be immediately reported because this was not been previously documented and not been identified. Now, the biggest question, which most of times we ask, that what is an audit? So before we understand an audit, we need to understand that who conducts the clinical trial. So clinical trials are being conducted by a qualified, trained, and experienced physician who is also called as investigator. A part called as investigator conducts the clinical trial. And when investigator is conducting clinical trial, he follows the 4 things. First one is protocol, second one is SOP, third one is GCP, and fourth one is applicable regulation. So 4 things investigator follows. First one is protocol, second one is SOP, third one is regulations, and fourth one is guidelines. Now, when he conducts the clinical trial, he should conduct and record the data as per your GCP, regulation, SOP, and protocol. So whether he is conducted or whether he conducted and data is being recorded correctly or not, there will be an independent systematic examination by the sponsor. And that person is called as auditor. And the whole process is called as audit. So now how do we define an audit? Is a systematic and independent examination by sponsor representative or an independent person who conducts or who reviews the documents to verify, to know whether the clinical trial was conducted and data was being recorded and reported as per your protocol, SOP, regulations, and GCP. So now then it is called as an audit. A person who conducts it is called as auditor. A certification which is being given that audit is being conducted is called as audit certificate. And all the findings will be given in a report. That report is called as audit report. So now one more time, what is an audit? It's a systematic and independent examination of trial-related activities and documents to determine whether the clinical trial was conducted and data was recorded and reported as per your protocol, GCP, regulation, and SOP. And the person who is responsible for audit is an independent person who is sponsor representative. Now, one of the most important question in interviews is what is protocol? How do you define a protocol? So protocol, always we say that it's a Bible for clinical trials. It's a backbone for clinical trials to conduct a clinical trial. Now, how do you define a protocol? So protocol means that it's an essential document. And in this protocol, as per ICH GCP, what is being given is 5 terms. So a protocol which gives a description about objective, design, and methodologies. What are the methods you use to perform the clinical trials? Statistical considerations and organization of trials. So all these 5 terms together, they call it as protocol. A document which describes about objective, design, methodologies, statistical considerations, and organization of a clinical trial is called as a protocol. So throughout this ICH-GCP, protocol is being called as either it is protocol or amendment. Now, what is an amendment is any clarification and update or to the protocol or changes to the protocol, then it is called as a protocol amendment. Any formal changes to a document which is called as protocol is called as a protocol amendment, or changes to a particular document which is called as protocol amendment or changes to the protocol. So now any point in time, we can say that a protocol is a document which is used to conduct the clinical trial, which contains objective, design, methodology, statistical consideration, and organization of trial. A protocol amendment is formal clarification and changes in the protocol existing, which has been approved by your sponsor or IRB, is called as protocol amendment. Now, with the protocol, we would get one more document. The document which is being prepared is your CRF. And the CRF is an electronic document. Now, currently everyone is using electronic document. So what is CRF? Is case report form. So how do we define it as case report form? The CRF is case report form. Either it is printed, optical, or electronic document, which is used to collect the patient-related information, patient-related data, which is as per the protocol to be submitted to the sponsor for each trial subjects is called as your case report form. In a simpler terms, case report form is a data collection tool for each subject. And this data has to be collected from each subject and to be reported to sponsor, and what data to be collected is as per the protocol, a database to be collected. So case report form is the document which is also considered as an essential document, and it's been developed as per your protocol. So case report form is a printed, optical, or electronic document. So that is designed to record all the protocol required information to be reported to the sponsor, on each trial subjects. Then it is called as your case report form. Now, one more essential document, and this document has some history about the Nuremberg Code and the Nazi war, which is called as informed consent form. So a process by which subject voluntarily confirms his or her willingness to participate into particular clinical trial after being informed about all the relevant risks and benefits of participation of clinical trial, so that subject can voluntarily take decision to participate into clinical trial. So a voluntary consent given by the subject after understanding all the relevant risks and benefits into participation into clinical trial is called as informed consent form. And this informed consent form has to be signed and dated by subject as well as investigator. In some situations, there will be some other people who are involved in informed consent form. So that is LAR and impartial witness or guardians will be available to participate in informed consent forms. A process by which subject voluntarily confirms his or her willingness to participate in particular clinical trial after having been informed about all aspects of clinical trials that are relevant for subject decisions to participate in clinical trial is called as ICF. So I think we have discussed part 2 questions. Going back to Clinosol, what is Clinosol? Clinosol is a training organization which gives training and resource upskilling for clinical research, CDM, pharmacovigilance, medical writing, and regulatory affairs. And we give complementary courses also, and we give add-on experience courses like aggregate reporting, medical data review, and the clinical data science also. So these are our stats for 2022, and we have got more than 140 placements for the year 2022, and 260 blogs, 98 articles, and 280 presentations, 72 industry expert sessions, and 19 MOUs are being conducted. So these are our contact us information. And thank you so much for listening. Please do subscribe and like for this video. I'll be releasing one more video, part 3, interview based questions, tomorrow. So stay connected, and we will get in touch. Thank you.